by the time I get this right, this tea's going to be cold. I had somebody say that they really like the fact I rub my face because I look as tired and stressed out as everyone else. And then, yeah, to be fair. I've had loads of requests, that's really good. Feel free to comment, etc, etc. One of the main ones I've had and I've seen come up recently is lots of parents asking whether are they the only ones that end up just giving up and giving their children iPads. No, absolutely not. I'm pretty sure everyone has done that at some point and will continue to do that, and that's fair enough. But in this, 2 or 3 people have turned around and said, okay, I've got a 4-year-old child, they're having too much time on the iPad, too much time playing games. When I try and take it off them, they get a temper tantrum, they kick up a fuss, they fight, they bite, etc, etc. They hurt themselves, and in the end, the parent gives up, gives them the iPad back, and then this happens on a daily basis. So what they're trying to do is trying to limit screen time, and it's not working. And it puts so much pressure on the parent, they are then ending up having to give up, which is totally understandable. Can't blame you for that. In my brain, when we look at behavioural functions, why it's happening, what are we reinforcing, if we go through the functions of behaviour, it's tangible usually. They want something. It can be attention based and all the rest of it, but it's pretty much tangible. I want the iPad, give me the iPad. And if you look at the ABC charts, the antecedent is I want an iPad. What's the behaviour? Okay, it's inappropriate behaviour, it's hitting, it's kicking, it's biting, etc, etc. But what is the consequences of their behaviour? Well, actually, they're getting an iPad. So they're learning, okay, if I kick up enough of a fuss, I will get that iPad. Now, that's very easy for me to heckle. I'm not in the middle of this. I'm not the person who's on a day-to-day dealing with this. So fair enough. How can we change this? What can we do that's going to sort this out? One of the things that we could do is schedule it, and basically you only have the iPad at these certain times, and that's it. And usually we'd use visual resources, and now, next, and then, those sorts of things. I wouldn't personally go for, okay, I'm going to take this away from you. If you don't behave, I'm going to take away your iPad. Because one, it doesn't work very well. 2, if you do take away their iPad, what is going to happen? You're going to say, okay, you've been bad, I'm taking it away. They have then got nothing to lose. So they might as well give you as much grief as possible, which they will. So what we try and do is we try and work towards targets rather than taking them away. Actually, you do these 3 things, no matter how you do them or whatever, whether it's doing the washing up, doing your chores, etc. I'll then give you your iPad until the end of the night. No trouble. That mixed in with consistency, lowering verbal demands. Just in general, giving people a bit of peace and quiet. If they're stressed and angry, usually if I verbally request something. So I've taken an iPad away from a kid, they're fairly annoyed with me, and I start then asking questions and demanding for other things. That's when they're going to explode. So actually, can we use a strategy to calm them, a strategy to relax them? So I would look at reinforcing, how could they get the iPad back once you've taken it off them? Because if you give them no hope in doing that, it's going to go terribly. The other thing that works brilliantly for PDA, for all sorts of things, is the adult doesn't have to be the bad guy. So if you are a single mum trying to get this child to not have iPad time, you're the person demanding, saying, no, I'm saying you can't do that. And they're like, okay, I'll break down your willpower. If I'm angry enough, you'll back away. But actually, you could turn around and say, well, the Wi-Fi's turned off. It's not working. Whether it's the government says we can't do this, or the schedule says that we can't do this, or the IT people say, no, you're not allowed to play any more games on Fortnite, or you've not got the age rating, so you can't do it. Blame external sources if you're worried about any repercussions of those sorts of conversations. So how do they get it back? Work towards not taking away, and blame external things. I'd use visual supports and visual resources, and just make it really clear, consistent, and don't change your mind. Once you've done the decision that you're going to take it away or do those sorts of things, stick to it, because they're learning if they get angry enough, you're going to back away, and actually trying to undo that takes a very, very long time. Okay, hopefully that made some form of sense. Feel free to comment, and thank you very much.